Right away. So give it up for Steve Young.
All right, how we doing out there, guys? Let me see if I can even free this microphone. All right, much better. I have a question for you before we get started. You guys look bright. Maybe you can help me. How come when they have Olympic athletes, and they're skiing and they're shooting a high-powered rifle, what do they call that? They call that like the biathlon? How come when I do it, they call it drunk and disorderly? That's what I want to know. That's not fair. That's a double standard. But anyway, a friend of mine this week, he told me he took a private vow of celibacy. Yeah, I guess he was bragging or something. I said, that's nothing. I took a public vow of celibacy in a church, wearing a tuxedo. I didn't even know I was doing it at the time. Actually, I broke the vow that night, but I've been pretty good since. Monastically good, thank you. Actually, so I'm married, I have 3 kids. To spice things up, I decided to take my wife on vacation to a railway museum. Because I figured that was the only way I was ever going to get to do it in the caboose. It was okay, but I think I wrecked that kid's birthday party. So, anyway, you guys excited for the holidays? Yeah? A little bit? You're here? David really briefed you on the holidays, I think, earlier, right? We got through the whole Justinian calendar, but my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter, is really excited about Christmas, but she asked me, she said, Daddy, does Santa Claus bring toys to poor children? Kind of a hard question, and it's my daughter. I don't want to lie to her, so I said, well, no, Santa doesn't. Santa believes in trickle-down economics. That's why you get shiny new toys and we put your broken, crappy ones in those bins outside the Walmart. It's a little too true. I'm sorry about that. And I thought about it, and Santa Claus actually is in many ways a perfect Republican. No, think about it. He's managed to subjugate a whole race of low-paid workers, right? He thinks poor people are naughty, right? And he's up there at the North Pole, where I'm pretty sure he can see Russia from his kitchen windows. So that's Santa, in red state of mind up there in his red suit. So I know I love Christmas. I have another friend, though, complains about his birthday being too close to Christmas. Do you know anybody like this? Yeah. I said, well, you never heard Jesus complaining about that, now did you? Can you imagine? He's at the Nazareth Chuck E. Cheese. Ah, geez, more myrrh? And a carpentry shed full of this shit. I don't even know what it is. Didn't happen. But I like the Christmas story. I don't understand all of it. I mean, you got the wise men there, right? They're called wise men, yet there they are at a baby shower. Now, I don't get it. I'm not that bright. I managed to avoid 3 of those. Come up with an alibi. But, in the news this week, maybe you heard this, maybe you didn't, but you'll hear it shortly. Bristol Palin is now going to go on a speaking tour talking about sexual abstinence. That's not even the joke. That's what's known as the premise, believe it or not. I thought, no, that makes sense. It's like having the captain of the Hindenburg making balloon animals for people, because he's acquainted with the risks involved in the activity. But then I thought, well, does she bring her child with her on the speaking tour? Because at some point, that's kind of an awkward conversation, isn't it? It's like, Mom, why am I named Whoopsie Daisy? Well, it's a family name. It's your grandmother's idea. It was that or, no, pull out. We didn't think that would look good on a driver's license. That's a little mean, but not too mean. Not too mean, I don't think. So I'm a parent, as I've already confessed. I'm not a great one, as many of you have concluded independently, and I don't blame you for that. But I've realized one thing. I've realized my mother always said this. She said, you know, with a sick child, there is no better thermometer than a loving parent's hand. And she was right about that. Where she was wrong is it's not a rectal thermometer. So, come on, Mom. At least wear a glove or something. That's just wrong. There's one more news story I want to talk about, and then I'll go. We have any football fans in here tonight? Yeah? Football fans, I said, not Broncos fans. It's different. It's a different category. You may have heard that great quarterback, Brett Favre, recently threw an errant pass. He allegedly texted a photo of his penis to a female sports reporter. Which makes you wonder what sort of interview was taking place, where that was the answer to her question. I'm thinking she must have asked, Brett, at your age, can you still go deep? And now she knows. She doesn't really know, though, because the camera adds 10 pounds, so, you know, it's a little deceitful. But I was thinking about this, and so the rules of modern courtship have certainly evolved, haven't they? Apparently, when a fellow texts a photo of his penis to a lady, that means he's sweet on her. So, back when I was dating, I had to draw a picture of my own penis and pass it in a note. Now, I was classier than that. I commissioned a portrait painter, a miniaturist, true. The problem was, I love so many women, I'm buying some of these paintings, I felt like the Medici family. So, that's my obscure art history joke for this man here. We borrowed a lot of money for that, but I think it was worth it. 8% interest. Come and get me, feds, you revenuers. I'll leave with this. I will leave with this. I love this street of Broadway that we're on tonight. I love the place, Moe's Barbecue. Let's hear it for Moe's Barbecue, everybody. Here it all in the back. Let's hear it for our lovely wait staff, including the men. I think they're all lovely. I'm ecumenical in that fashion. But coming down Broadway, what I love about is what's the street known for, basically, at this point, right? Dispensaries, right? And antique stores, which I think is actually kind of a dangerous combination, you know, because you just got a lot of people staggering around wondering what era they're in, you know? Do I need a new butter churn? You know, is that a good price on a loom? You know, why am I wearing a hoop skirt and corset? That's a toughie. Anyway, I'm Steve Young. Thank you guys. You've been terrific.